So, once again, I have to make another video, actually another rant video, about fan interactions with Broadway stars and what to do and what not to do. Because I completely missed out on this whole controversy that happened the other night ago, so I'm just going off by what I'm reading and what my opinions are, and just my opinions. I get a message from a friend saying, "Did you hear what happened at Spongebob?" And of course, never fails. It's always like a popular media and crazy, batshit crazy fans. And I'm like, no. And they're like, yeah, somebody like chased Ethan Slater, the guy who plays SpongeBob's car. I'm like, God, Jesus, not this shit again. Because you know who that also happened to? Fucking Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's like, oh, geez, this again. Once somebody gets popular, then you have fucking crazy loony bins chasing cars because, oh my god, they're famous. Checked it all out, and I had to read, all the other shit that's going on. And holy shit, I'm completely dumbfounded. Just from what the witnesses have said to that apology, I need to read that apology because this is the most non-apology thing I have ever seen. It's embarrassing. Like they're trying. I'll read it. I'm not gonna give out names, so I don't need people like doxxed or anything. But this, I need to read this apology because like they're so tone deaf to their own behaviors. And I think they're 15 or 16, so they're at that age that they should know better. It doesn't matter what age you are, even 10-year-olds know better, and it's so frustrating. These are the type of people I said this before. I think I said this before in another rant video. These are the type of people who ruin stage door experiences. It's supposed to be chill. It's not supposed to be anxiety inducing. It's for both the fans and the actors and everybody in between. Not for the security, not for the ensemble, not for the main people, not for the people who are supposed to be there. So let me go find this apology because it's I'm completely dumbfounded. It's oh yeah, and because I'm reminded now too, the people who defend this bullshit, the people who defend their friends. It's one of the most. I need to read this. It's one of the most tone deaf apologies I've ever seen. And then I'll get into a little bit of background from what I've seen, what people shown me through threads, and a now deleted thread on Broadway World, because it's just it's I have to read this. Okay, so they start off with, hey guys, all of you followers, cast members, haters, everyone. I honestly think this is stupid. Fighting over a musical instead of enjoying it. Look, we've all made mistakes, and I want people to know I truly am sorry for everything. Everything. I know that we are all fans, and we may overstep boundaries. That one line, just out of the fucking gate. That's what I'm talking about with tone deaf. You're tone deaf. I swear to God, schools need, because, and I hate saying this, and I really do hate putting people into boxes, but it seems like to me, and oh God, I sound like my fucking father. It seems like to me, the younger fans don't know what fucking boundaries are. You would think common sense is common sense, but it's not common. Oh, okay, let me continue, because I did not do anything I did to harm or make anyone mad. I simply just got too excited. For example, waiting for Ethan way after the show. I am sorry. Any fan would do that to me, Ethan, or the cast members because we idolize them. Look. I get idolizing people. Okay, I idolize a whole shit ton of people. I idolize Raul Esparza. I idolize Robert Downey Jr. I idolize Gary Oldman. I idolize Edward Norton. I get it. I've been in fandoms for a long time. Like, since, with actors, ever since I was about 10 years old, Star Wars and also Craig Ferguson. There's a difference between idolizing them and pushing boundaries, like chasing them, making them uncomfortable, saying weird shit to them, giving weird fucking presents. I'm telling you, schools need to teach socialization, because some people don't know how to do this. Anyway, where did I leave off? But no one deserves this much hate. Okay. Granted, maybe this person did get a lot of fucking people saying, hey, fuck you, and this and that. But there is a reason why. Because you ruin stage door experiences when you act completely fucking weird and stalkery. And I'll get into that later. If I overreacted to anything, I'm sorry. I'm sensitive, and you need to understand that. That is... Oh my god, they're not the first person. There's other people that are like this that I've seen, and I'm not going to name names. I've seen other people do this for the exact same reason. Oh, I'm sensitive. And because I'm sensitive, I overreact. Honey, dude, no. I'm sensitive. I cry at certain things. But there's a lane that you're supposed to stay in. Like a lane, a full out lane. All these people kill me. Remember the situation where Wes said he doesn't like being tagged too much? Lots of fans do it. No, they don't. No, they don't. I swear to God, you can line up 100 fans on Tumblr. Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit to a certain extent. But the main ones are usually Twitter and Tumblr. And granted, there are a couple that do tag actors a lot just to get their attention. There's some in the fandoms that I'm in. And oh yeah, because I read that thread and Wes was like, it's pretty annoying when people do that. And this person should have said, sorry, but spoiler alert, they don't. Yeah, lots of fans do it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be annoying. Most of you thought the DM was fake. You can ask me and I'll send you a screen recording. I don't know what that one's about. Because I promise you it's real. It probably is. I wanted to respect his privacy, but it went all over Twitter. Wes accepted my apology, meaning I won't do it again. I'm torn about that one because I don't get how people don't understand. But then you get, and I don't want to get into that argument because then you get into like, and you know where I'm going to lead this one to, like social disorders and shit. But even then, that's still, because I know there's certain people, and I've seen it, where they use that as an excuse. That's not an excuse. That actually makes the people with that disorder, like, autism and shit. Oh, and I will say and shit a lot. I don't mean like it's crap or anything. It's just what I just, as a heads up, because I get in trouble with that all the time. That's still no excuse. Even if you have like a social anxiety disorder or anything like that, that's no excuse. You have to, you have to work on that. That's part of when you go to therapy for that, and trust me, I'm in therapy for stuff like that. You have to work on that. You can't keep using that as an excuse or to make yourself look like a victim. Okay? And by the way, I can name fans who tag them more than I do. Again, I don't want that to purposely annoy them. I love when people do that. Like, oh, I can name names. Like, oh, I'm the superhero because I won't name names, even though I'm kind of doing the same. But it's like, oh, I'm such a superhero. Look at me being a superhero. That's what that shit means. So annoying. Why even put that in there? Like, who cares? Anyone would want to get noticed because I work really hard on making fan art. Remember the Lily situation? I overacted and called her a B, aka a bitch, because I was super upset. And I read about that thread. She legit called Lily Cooper a bitch. I've met Lily Cooper. I've met her at Broadway Con, and I met her at Stage Door at Spongebob. And she's such a total sweetheart. and because she called you out, and you think that gives you every single right to call her a bitch? Dude. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. This is the most tone-deaf apology I've ever read. And these people ruin stage dooring. They really do. She blocked me for no reason. You just gave the reason. You called her a bitch. You name called her. If I didn't know you and you were calling me names, I'd probably block you too. Who needs that fucking negativity in this world? Lily has enough to worry about. She has to act her ass off on stage and not worry about people who Oh, I'm gonna get upset. She had blocked me for no reason, and I obviously want to know why. Dude, you gave... Paul did too, so I started getting suspicious. Kyle, same thing. I think there's like another Kyle. Same thing. I don't think blocking fans is... You know what? It is a right. Here's how Twitter works. Following people is a privilege. It is not a right. And it is their right to block whoever they feel makes them uncomfortable. And you, my friend, made them uncomfortable. So, once again, deflecting blame. And I am sorry for saying he has mental issues. Oh yeah, that was a huge one. I remember that. They don't have mental issues. They're doing they're doing what is right for their mental health. Oi. Again, I was super upset. Understand that. Nobody needs to understand that. Doesn't give you a right to act like fucking crackhead because I'm upset. Oh my goodness. Anyone would be because they are cast members and we look up to them. If you look up to them, right? Here's how it works. Since I'm schooling people. If you look up to somebody, that means you should be on your ultra best behavior. I look up to a lot of people. I just mentioned them before. I would never act that way. No way, Jose. I would throw myself into the street if I ever acted that way. I have seen looks given by some of these celebrities to fans who have acted like completely nuts or have overstepped their boundaries. And if I got in the same look, honestly, I would throw myself in traffic or jump out a window. Whatever. It says, we get mad if they blocked us and we don't know why. Again, you mentioned the reason why. Tone deaf. I don't want to hide from people at stage door. I feel threatened whenever that happens. For example, last night. Because since they obviously hate me on social media, I would be scared to confront them in person. Then don't act like that. You're going to face people in public and they're going to know who they are, who you are. If you have your face out in public, right? They're going to be like, oh, it's that guy. You're going to become that guy. That's what they're going to refer you to as that guy. You're that guy. They're going to be like, beware of that guy. I'm telling you, and listen, like, because I was in the military, they also use that phrase, that guy. You're that guy. I can't emphasize that enough. They hate me on social media, scared to confront them in person. I am sorry for going live during the show, Logan Street. Oh yeah, Logan Jones, after the Spongebob show from the other night ago, actually tweeted that, going live during the show is super tacky. And it is! Actually, it's not super tacky, it's super rude. What the fuck? What is wrong with you? Who does this? They put in the playbill. And sometimes if you go to certain shows, they give you flyers and shit. And it says, no recording. Like, both audio and video. And people who do bootleg, don't do it. But people who do it, they try to do it in secrecy. They don't want to get caught by the ushers and the people in the show. Even though the people in the show can see them doing it. But you're FaceTiming? Or whatever? Like, I don't know how it goes. What are they... like, themselves with the show? That was the part, so if anybody knows more info, put it in the comments, because that was the part I was a little bit confused. But anyway, I know it's illegal. They actually put this. I know it is illegal. But know that I simply am not the only one who does it. And that is such a shitty excuse. Let's give other bad examples. Other people steal from the store, so I'm gonna do it too. Other people rob banks. I'm gonna do it too. I mean, if we're gonna go with that mindset, other people murder people too, so I'm gonna do it. You know, it's just gonna lead to other, just bad shit. That is so batshit insane. But I'm gonna do it anyway. No, 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 because you know what's gonna eventually happen, and I'm surprised Broadway hasn't done this. Is at a lot of concerts now, and it's more notorious, or at comedy venues and shit, like Chris Rock and who's that dude from the White Stripes? I forgot his first name. Put it in the comments because I can't remember. They're starting to use that bag where you have to put your cell phone in and then you carry the bag, but it's locked so you can't get in. I'm surprised Broadway hasn't done that yet. And because of this, that could lead to that. I mean, there's a lot of people who do need their cell phones just in case, like, an emergency, but, you know, you should kind of have it off. And, you know, the whole, you should know the etiquette. But obviously this person doesn't because, oh, other people do it too. Dude, you're killing me, friend. Let's see. And and Logan's not the only one who's had to call out other people. I mean, there's people from Hamilton. I mean, there's other shows that had to call it out. Like, there's people sitting in the front row of shows doing this. You know, like, oh my god. Because killing me. I get too excited and can't help it. I get excited. Anyone who knows me, I get super excited too. But you don't lose your goddamn mind and say, I'm just gonna do whatever, and then use that as an excuse because I get too excited. No. I am a fan. So is everyone in the theater. They're fans, and they're not doing this. Because again, it's called etiquette, and it's called knowing better. And you're 15 or 16, whatever. You know better. You're at that age where you should know. You're in high school. Or you should be in high school. Or maybe you graduate. I don't know. But you're at that age that you should know better. I may overact. I may step boundaries. Like, no. I am stupid. Yes. I am sorry. Are you? I make fan art for a cast because I adore them. There's a lot of people who make fan art. I have a friend who makes fan art. Really good fan art. And they don't act like this. They don't record shit. They don't chase after people. They don't. I know it's a shit ton of people who make fan art. They don't act like this because, you know, artists already have that that stereotype that all artists are crazy and this and that, and this is not helping. I adore and you adore them, but you act like this? Okay. I never would purposely do something to harm them. Yet. Alright. I wish we would all be friends, then stop acting like a butt. I don't want to start another internet war. I am toxic to the fandom, but I wish to be forgiven. Then work towards to be forgiven. Come on. Let's see. I hope to be understood. I am seriously sorry for everything. Everything! I am sorry to all you and the cast. So, and that's their whole, just to check, yeah, that's their whole apology. I went on to other, especially Logan's, and there was like Logan Jones' Twitter, and there was like a fight over that. And and there's like somebody that I know that went to the show and said that she chased a car. And I'm like, once again, this is another Lin-Manuel Miranda that's unfortunately happening to Ethan Slater, who's just really new on the scene to Broadway, and that's what kills me. I mean, granted, there are older fans too. That it's not just young people. I don't want to be like, oh my god, goddamn millennials, like you see on Facebook. But it seems to me like a lot of the younger fans, and she's not the only one, that act like this. There's no such thing as boundaries. There's no such thing as etiquette, and it's not all of them. There are. I have went to SpongeBob the musical a while back, and actually the kids, you know, under 12 were really good. But it's that special time. It's that the teens, the tweens and the teens. I swear, from 13 to 17, they, for some reason, lose their fucking minds. They suddenly lose all sense of common sense and etiquette and everything else, and groupie shit too. Like, it's really weird. It almost reminds me of when you watch like really old TV shows from the 60s, like from the Ed Sullivan shit, and when the Beatles came in, and you see all these screaming fangirls and people screaming and doing this and wanting a piece of this and that, and it's, again, it's that age, but still, it's like, oh my god. Yeah, there's one guy that replied that said, I think this apology is mostly all like, I'm sorry, but other people do it, and so it's okay. That's what this apology is, and I just read the entire thing, so I'm not putting anything into miscontext. You know, there's other people that were saying this person is probably hated, and probably, I mean, there are, this person might get banned, and they're not the first, you know. They're not the first person to get banned from a theater. There's other people that are like this, and they get banned, or they, even worse, they get, oh, what's it called? Man, I'm blanking. An order of protection. Sorry. An order of protection. I'm telling you, if you have 30 other people, maybe I'm over exaggerating the number, but if you have a ton of people who don't even know you, and those who do, who are telling you, dude, you need help. Dude, you're not supposed to act like this. You need help. You need to go see somebody, because that is a mental health issue. When you're chasing a stage actor's car, when you're bothering them to get like a hug, and I'm not just saying, because I know I got in trouble for this before. Let me clarify. It's not just saying, hey, can I get a hug? And then the actor's like, sure. That's not the issue. It's forcing yourself onto people. Whether it's forcing yourself into social interactions that you're not part of, or trying to get into the car. Or I read from the same person, oh, he hugged me through the window of the car. And that's just weird. That is so weird. And there's other people who have done this, like I mentioned 30 million times before with Lin-Manuel Miranda. There's people who have chased his Uber and whatever other private cars. There's other actors that it's happened to, and I don't understand the mentality of people who do this. What are you trying to accomplish? I don't know if it's like they have this fantasy. This is just me speculating now. I don't know if people have this fantasy of like, oh, something will spark and we'll become best friends. Because that's what it feels like a lot of the times I see this. Like, they think they're going to become instantly best friends. You're not. You're going to get order protections. You're going to go to jail. You know, I don't think people realize this. Like, a lot of the stuff that these people do, you know, that's stalking and that's harassing. And I think in the state of New York, correct me if I'm wrong, that's a felony. You can go to prison. You can go to jail and have a felony record, and then you can't get anywhere in life if you have a felony record. A lot of these people need help if you're acting towards this. Because I always tell people, I get nervous. I get nervous around people I really look up to. You know. But you have to remember, these are people like you and me. This is their job. It's like any other job. They just so happen to act in public. Just like somebody goes to McDonald's and works, or somebody's a police officer, or somebody's like a firefighter, or somebody who dog walks, or any other job. It's just a job, and they're just people, you know. And I think people I really do think people need to realize this. Like, this over infatuation with actors, and it happens to both, you know, stage actors and screen actors, where they get these like weirdos and stalker people. And I didn't realize this was happening, because it kind of reminds me with what was happening with Jason Isaacs, that was told by a friend, that he continually still has the stalker that, like, every time he goes home in England or wherever he lives, they like stand by his corner and see that he pulls into his house, and I'm like, ew, like, that's mental. If you're going into that territory, you need to be locked up or put into a straitjacket. that's just not healthy. I mean, and that's scary territory. Like, and I read that he really interacts with people because, you know, and I'm telling you, it takes one rotten apple to ruin the entire bunch. Because, and he's even said that. He's like, I got, you know, 99,000 fans or whatever the number was, and they're all great. And then there's this one, and I'm afraid that because there's that one, there's others. And it's true, you know. Where there's one, there's others. And then you read an apology that's really a non-apology, trying to push blame onto others, like, oh, I can't help it, and they were making, because you just had to go down the rabbit hole of crazy. They were making like Snapchats or something, where it's like, I wish Logan and I wish Weston called me out. I'm like, yeah, they had to call you out. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. I mean, that's pretty bad when you have to have people tell you not to do this, or how to interact with people, and they have to tell you. And you know what? They're being nice that they're telling you, because most of the time they're probably not going to tell you, and they'll probably tell security like, hey, look out for this person, because you know there's a lot of people who talk behind the scenes. You know that's happening. You know, like, oh, if you spot this person, because that's as a matter of fact. I mean, it's not a stage show, but it is a television show, and there's a person that stalks Mariska Hargitay from SVU, and they actually have this person's picture, like profile and front view, and they say that if you see this person around the set, you know, where they film at, I think down in Chelsea Piers, call the cops, or call both, call security and the cops. I mean, because this person stalked her kids, stalked her house, went through the trash. And I bet there's people who do this to stage stars. That's gross. I just, oh, it boggles the mind. And I'm sorry this went on for so long, but I had to talk about this. I had to rant about it for almost 30 minutes. It's so frustrating. Because there are a lot of stars that I like, or celebrities I like to talk to when I get the courage to. And, you know, you find out their hobbies, and you just talk about the hobbies and stuff. And I like the personal one-on-ones. I don't, but then that gets ruined because you have people chasing cars, and you have people just handing weird gifts or trying to get weird close to them. And it sucks. It ruins it. You people, these people who do this, ruin it for everyone else. It's so beyond selfish. It's so beyond selfish. And the sucky thing is that the stars want to have these interactions with their fans, so they know if they're liking what they're doing. And they can't have that because they always have that one weirdo that just ruins it. I mean, come on, people need to wake up. People need to realize what they're doing. And I mean, if you have other people telling you that you're fucking up, you're fucking up. Just correct your behavior. And there's nothing wrong. Do not be, and never be ashamed if you have to get help. Okay? Never be ashamed for that. Because there is nothing wrong with getting help. If you realize you got a problem, something's going on in your life, and you're unfortunately turning to this as a form of therapy, that's unhealthy too. If you're turning to shows as a form of therapy, you need help. And go get it. And never be ashamed to get help. Okay? This person that's doing this is SpongeBob. And it's SpongeBob! I mean, I love SpongeBob, but come on. The show is designed for kids. I mean, it is designed, I mean, there's aspects that's designed for adults, but this is mostly a kid's show. So you're ruining the show for little kids, too. And that's not right. I mean, this is one of the few shows that they can go to. And you're out there videotaping, so you have like friggin' bright screen in front of like a little kid's face who wants to see SpongeBob and Patrick and Sandy and Mr. Krabs and all of them. You know, come on, and it could be their first show, or it could be anybody's first show. And you're doing this, and you're acting like a wackaloon. I can go on and on and on and on, and I probably should end it now. Because this really needs to be talked about. chasing cars. I can't believe this. Oh god, so frustrating. That's all I want to say. That's well, I want to say more, but I'm gonna end it here. So it is what it is. All right, bye.